Welcome back. In this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to fold this ETA-2 Jedi Starfighter, designed by Chris Alexander. And you can find the origami directions in his book, Star Wars Origami by Chris Alexander. It's a very nice model. It's got some really complicated moves, so I'm going to have a diagram ready for the demonstration, and we'll get started. You'll need to have an origami square to do this model, so I'm going to use an A5 piece of paper and just fold this corner over and make sure that the edges here are nice and parallel so that I can have a perfect square. If you're anywhere else in the world, you can use any size of paper you'd like. I'd suggest a little larger than smaller because some of the folds get quite small near the end of this model. Okay. Cut off the remaining piece of paper like this so that you have your origami square to start with. The first diagram says to make the preliminary base. Okay, so the preliminary base should look like starting here with one diagonal and then taking this corner down here and bringing it up to the other corner to create another crease along the other diagonal. And crease that with your bone folder. Open it up, so now you have an origami X. Then flip your paper over, bring the bottom edge down here up to the top edge. Like so. And crease that valley fold with your bone folder. Make sure it's nice and strong crease. Bring the right hand edge over to the left hand edge, valley folding that, crease it with your bone folder, make a nice strong crease so it looks like this. Then if you just rotate your paper this direction, you should be able to take these two corners and bring them down this direction here, and then squash fold the top piece. Okay, once you've got your preliminary base, you'll need to make the bird base. So you have two flaps, 1, 2 on this side and 1, 2 on this side. Take the outside bottom edge of this piece and fold it into the center line. This will give you an isosceles, an acute right triangle here. And take this flap here and fold it into the center, making another acute right triangle. Okay, once you've finished that, take your model and flip it over and repeat the same step on the back side, this outside edge into the center edge, and this outside edge into the center edge like that. Then we're going to need to create the bird base. So from here we're going to take these two flaps, open them, and petal fold the top layer of paper here upwards away from us, creating a valley fold right here from this crease to this crease. So creating that valley fold here, you'll need to reverse so these pieces come into the center, and reverse the creases here so they become mountain folds. Like this. Okay. Once you have your bird base done on that side, you can take this piece and fold it back down and repeat the same step on the back, petal folding, opening these two flaps up, reversing this crease up here so that your valley fold will go from this crease to that crease, and then reversing the top edge here and here to bring those edges into the center like that. Okay, once you've finished that, folding it down back to this shape. Then you're going to take this outside edge at the top and fold it right down along to meet this horizontal line here. This again will give you an acute right triangle. Crease that really well and repeat the same step on the opposite side. Take this edge here and fold it down along that crease. Now, you have your bird base, and this is where it gets tricky. Take this piece, unfold it, and these two resulting lines should cross right here in the middle. Okay? Now this is where it gets tricky. The finished, completed step 9 should look like this. Okay, it's got this piece here, and you can see that these flaps are free here and here. This is very tricky, and in order to guide us through this, I've created this model, which Chris Alexander has very nicely drawn out in his book. If you take this video and pause it here, you'll be able to see that these red lines are valley folds, and these blue dot dash dash dot dot dash lines are the mountain folds. Okay, my suggestion is you take this and the first time trace it on to the model you're working on first. Then that will help guide you to get these creases right. Now that we've studied that, I'm going to move it aside and go back to this model. I'm going to open it up, and what I like to do is, after you've decided which ones are which and you have that diagrammed out, take your paper and actually just crease these, making sure that this one here on this inside square are very nicely valley folded. If you get those valley folded very nicely, it will make your life much easier when you try to fold this in. So I'm just going to go around and take an extra minute and a half here to valley fold those creases. Then, after I have these valley folds clearly set into place, I'm going to go back and create the mountain folds here and just re-crease them so that they are truly mountain folds, because some of them are going to be a little bit of valley, some of them are going to be a little bit of nothing because they were on the back side when we creased it before. And I like to just go around and just crease these with my fingernails, give them an extra helping hand in creasing so that they more easily follow your guidance when we start folding this into the final part of step 9. Okay, now that I've got these creases all kind of reworked, I've got these ones being mountain folds and these ones being valley folds. The trick is to take this piece, these outside triangles, and tuck them underneath almost like it's an inside reverse fold. So if I take this, I just kind of illustrate this piece here where my thumb's pointing needs to go up underneath like this, so that if I show you the back, this pocket here is going underneath like that. Okay, if you do that on each one of these carefully, here, and this one here, and this one over here first, if you kind of take care of that difficult situation first, it'll kind of look like this on the front, and it'll look like this on the back. Then you can kind of go in and bring these edges in towards the center. 1, 2, 3, and the last one here, 4. Okay, once you've got those all popped into the center, you can fold it down into this shape here. Okay, and it should have that middle piece here sticking out and the 4 points coming out. And if you take that then and lay it down, and help to recrease those back into their correct places, your resulting model will look like that. Okay, so just to one more time, lay it out there. Here is the crease pattern for this resulting model. All right, now that we've got that model finished, the rest of this is fairly easy in comparison. We're going to take this point here and fold it back to meet up with this horizontal line. Okay, crease that well, unfold it, and then you're going to sync fold that. So I'm just going to pop this open, push that little square area in with my thumb, and fold it back down into a sync fold. Okay, once you have that sync fold, it says to take these 2 inner triangles there and just fold them out or down flat. One like that, and the other one like that. Okay, that fold is going to result in this little cockpit area right here. All right, once that's completed, you're going to take this top layer and you're going to just fold this one top layer up. Then we're going to fold this corner halfway in and just mark the fold here, just gently creasing it to mark it. Then take this corner, fold it into the mark, crease it, unfold it, and then fold this corner in and leave it. So you have that little corner folded in like that. Follow the same steps on the other side. Fold it in half, mark it, fold it in half, mark it, and then fold this one in half one more time and leave it. Okay, then take this top and fold it back down, keeping those 2 little triangles inside. Okay, those 2 little triangles are the result for these 2 front pieces here, which we'll fold now. You're going to take this area here, and we're going to need to line it up with the cockpit. So this being the front cockpit, lay this open flat. Then you're going to take this edge here and line up this line here with the edge of the cockpit so that the result looks like this. Okay, and you'll have that kind of triangular look there. Once you crease it nice and hard, take this crease and reverse it so it's a mountain fold and it goes underneath like that. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Take this area here and fold it so that you have a nice vertical line that lines up with the cockpit. Crease it well, unfold that crease and reverse it underneath so that it's a mountain fold, and the resulting model should look something like that. Now take this cockpit piece and actually tuck it right inside the pocket. There's a little pocket right here, and you can just tuck that piece inside. Okay, now that that's completed, we're going to fold the bottom piece, which will turn out to be this angular wing here. All right, take this point here and fold it over so that the resulting line here along my bone folder is a nice vertical line. Okay, crease that well, unfold it, take this top edge here and line it up with that crease from the previous step. Right there, crease it well, unfold that, and we're going to squash fold it. So open these 2 flaps here, lining it up. Here's our pocket, taking this piece and squashing it down this direction, and the resulting kite looks like this. Now we're going to take this tip and we're going to pedal fold it up. So open these pockets up like that, take this point and bend it upwards so there's a resulting valley fold right here between this point and this point. The resulting shape should look something like that. Now the directions say to flip this whole model over and take this corner, and it's kind of hard to see since I'm using white paper, but there's the previous crease that's right here. You're going to take this corner here and fold it in to meet up with that crease. Like this. Should stay, that corner should be right on the line, and the result should be that little triangle like that. Okay, now you're going to take that triangle and reverse fold it. I'm going to pop it in there and crease it down like that. So the result will look like this. Now we're going to do that same step on the other side of this wing. So I'm just going to flip this over, take this and rotate it down like that, and do the same thing for this corner here. Going to fold it in so the little corner meets up with that fold line from the previous petal fold. Crease it real well, inside reverse fold it, and the result should look like this. And if I flip this piece back, you'll see that both these edges are now vertically folded like that. Okay, the next step is to take this edge here and fold it down so that the crease ends right here at the cockpit, and this bottom edge here is parallel with this crease where my bone folder is. So these two lines are parallel. Okay? That line being parallel there now, you're going to take this fold here, that edge, and make it line up with that horizontal line so that it's also parallel. The result should look something like that. Okay, now we're going to take those two flaps we just made and we're going to reverse them, mountain folding them inside. So I'm going to take this right side first and mountain fold it down, and the left side and mountain fold it in. And what's going to happen is it's going to go right inside of this little pocket here. Sorry, my finger's in the way. I'll move it in a second. And the pocket here will take those two little flaps on the inside of it. Okay? Once you've finished that, that is actually the resulting wing shape. And now you can take the outside of the wing and mountain fold it down to create that angled wing shape there. Okay? Now follow the same procedure on the left hand side. Take this point, fold it over here so you have a vertical edge right there. Crease it well. Unfold that, valley fold this outside edge to match that vertical crease we just created. That will give us the pre-folding for our squash fold. Open this area up and squash fold that piece of paper. The resulting model should look like that. Then petal fold this area here, opening up these pockets, 1 and 2. Fold this point upwards, resulting in a valley fold right here, horizontal valley fold. Okay, now flipping my model over, I'm going to take this corner and fold it right so it lines up with that other crease from the previous step. Should look something like that. Unfold it, inside reverse fold it by sticking that corner inside. The result being this flat edge there. Okay, rotate this piece over. And we need to perform the same thing there. So I'm going to flip my model over. Take this corner, fold it in so that it lines up with that edge again and lines up with the crease from the previous fold. Crease it well, inside reverse fold it, picking this model up, pushing that part in so that the result looks like that. I flip this model back over. The result should be that, these two vertical lines here. Then take this edge here, full valley folding it downward so the crease will end at the cockpit, and this flap of paper here will be parallel with this edge down here, that horizontal edge down there. Crease it well. Now take this flat little edge here and valley fold it downward so it's parallel with that previous step. The result looking like this. Then take that area or take these two flaps here and unfold them and mount and fold them back into the pocket. So this edge goes back behind here, and this edge here goes back behind, mount and folding it backwards and tucking it inside of that little pocket. Like that. Oops. Okay, the result should look like this on the top, and those things should be stuck into that pocket back there. Then take this flap here and mount and fold it underneath. And our last step is to raise this cockpit piece here, folding it, valley folding it up like that. And that is the finished model. So here is the paper from the book, and this is just an A4 white piece of paper folded in the same way. Okay, and that is how to complete the ETA-2 Jedi Starfighter designed by Chris Alexander, the models of which are found in his book Star Wars Origami.